Good evening, everyone. Seph here. It's been a long time, but I'm finally back. At least on this part of YouTube. And I would like to more regularly read manga, particularly Weekly Shonen Jump. I've always been a fan since I've been a kid. Well, I'm still a kid, at heart. And ever since My Hero Academia ended, I've been on a sort of burnout in terms of manga and various other content. It's been tough to get back into it, but slowly but surely, I've been streaming my interests, such as my gaming channel, and now I would like to revive my manga channel and keep going with that. I do intend to reread My Hero Academia, and I'll make streams. I think I'll make streams dedicated to that. But for now, it's really late on a Monday. I intended to get this up earlier, but I wanted to play with a few things. There are still so many things I have to play with. So many things to learn, understand my setups and all. Thumbnails. But for now, let's just enjoy the rest of the night. I'll read Ichi the Witch, chapter 27. And let's see. I left off on Kagurabachi, chapter 54. And I'd like to catch up to chapter 72, but we're not going to get to do all of Kagurabachi tonight. I'm going to need to pace myself on that. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? So, Ichi the Witch. It's been a while, of course, since I read it on stream, but I've been keeping up with it off stream. And so far, personally, my favorite arc for Ichi the Witch is against the World Hater magic. That was a really good fight, and it got me excited for the rest of the series. However, I'm not exactly sure with this current arc. However, things are getting to a head, and we're finally fighting. Or we're finally uncovering the mystery behind this strange sleeping... Not kaiju, excuse me. This isn't kaiju number 8. This strange sleeping magic that seems to be blessing everyone, and is worshipped by all of its country. However, it is a magic, and something nefarious is afoot. So let's dig in, as Ichi and his soon-to-be comrade challenge the beast. I will be focusing on reading the manga, but do feel free to chime in with your own comments. Anyway, let's go. Chapter 27. Oh, that's right. I should learn the name of the author. The story is by Osamu Nishi, and the art is by Shiro Usazaki. The 27th Hunt, the most wanted. We are joined by the, for lack of a better word, monk? Or some official. Let's see. Narration goes, "Can you tell us what Lord Bakugami is to you? Lord Bakugami is my beloved god, and the Messiah who saved my country." What sort of magic is that? It is a benevolent one who blesses us with joy and healing. What about acquiring it? That's forbidden, of course. It's a terrible crime, in fact. What if someone attacked and harmed Lord Bakugami? Easy. They'd be executed. And of course, that is exactly what our protagonist is doing. Okay. Oh, shucks. I forgot his name. He is the new long-haired fellow. Here I go. 30%. Oh, is this like Deku Smash? Simple punch. Okay. Oh, it reminds me of well, there are several Pokemon themed after this type of being. Ah, shucks. I forget the Japanese name for it. Panic over the sudden attack. Guards, guards! A traitor has harmed Lord Bakugami. Arrest him! Arrest him now! The new pretty boy goes, man, things were just getting fun, too. Let's see, we are on page 4 of 19. Hup. Oh my gosh, he's carrying Ichi very, wow. I suppose that is impressive. Ichan, plug your ears. Okay, that's a squat. Synchro rate, 10%. Fake out clap. Ooh, it's a sonic boom. A type of sonic boom attack. Everyone, of course, is suffering from ear damage now. Let's beat a strategic retreat. Wait, are they seriously attacking the Bakugami and then leaving right after? They are. They have just, all they accomplished was becoming wanted criminals. Great. Oh. Okay, the princess who first discovered the Bakugami has made eye contact with, I need to know his name, shucks. But the new character. I guess they know each other. Of course, the monk/official is not pleased. Again, the gall of that man. Damn you, Gokuraku. Okay, thank you. I have his name now. Gokuraku. Protecting and tending Lord Bakugami's wound is top priority. Guards, I want you on high alert. Search this entire area. Oh, yes, Lady Witch. I'm sorry, but we must track down... What is the matter? Yeah, no, they're, it's funny, because if Ichi gets executed, so too does Descaras. It's great. Descaras is making her... Oh my gosh, the way they draw Descaras is so good. She goes, no, seriously, what the hell does that mutt think he's doing? Oh, shucks, I'll learn the name of the other attendant witch that is here. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? This is an international incident. Lady Witch. We don't know anything. We're totally, completely unrelated. I haven't said anything yet. I didn't expect anything like this to happen. You're telling me. You see, that blue-haired man is Gokuraku. He's one of our country's most wanted criminals. He's attempted to harm Lord Bakugami a number of times now, and every time he somehow escapes us. To think he's found an accomplice. Who was that boy? I think he used magic. No, he couldn't, possibly. Whatever the case, he's surely a horrible villain. Lady Witch. We've never heard from him. We have absolutely nothing to do with him. What are you talking about? Anyway, for now, I must hurriedly send out a warning and have wanted posters decimated throughout the country. And there it is. All of them, wanted posters everywhere. Gokuraku, the traitor, and a mystery boy who attacked Lord Bakugami. Greatest villain of this generation. Shigaraki on Death Watch. He's wanted throughout the entire country. Wanted, question mark. Okay, good. Descaras seems nervous. Is that really that big a deal? What are you saying? Of course it is. This is a critical emergency. No, wait a moment. Are you saying this should be no big deal for you, that you could capture him easily? What? She can't? That's a witch for you. With that settled, let's go. It's time to hunt the criminals. If the Lady Witch is helping us, there's no way we could fail. Let's send both of those evil traitors to the executioner's block. She's on a mission to basically kill herself. Oh no. No, I don't wanna. Lady Ritia. Ritia, that's the name of the princess who first discovered Lord Bakugami. Lady Ritia, are you unharmed? Yes. It's much too dangerous to stay out here. Please, leave the rest to us and return to the safety of the castle. All right. Lord Bakugami, please, keep everyone safe. So she offers a prayer to Lord Bakugami, and is something inside Lord... No. What is that? What is the author drawing here? Oh, is this inside? This is inside the Bakugami. Oh wow, a whole bunch of sutras in some kind of room? Well, well, that's the first time they've attacked me with magic. I recognize Gokuraku, but who's that other human? Oh well, it's another bug to squash. I can't wait. What in the world? No, Lord World Hater, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I'll prepare a new altar for you immediately. Goodness, what a weird guy. My god of destruction. If I make a bouquet out of the heads of this country's people, would that be enough? Would you be pleased with me? Oh dear, he's infatuated. I see, it looks like the attack from Ichi messed with his shrine. So this guy is living inside of the Bakugami. I guess he's accumulating prayers and energy. It won't be long now before I can see you. Elsewhere. Looks like it's Lady Ritia's palace. We're on page 16, so the cliffhanger is soon. There we go. Gokuraku enters the window. Oh, somebody's not being careful. You really ought to make sure you lock the windows. She is pretty. She is pretty. Oh. Let's see. Gokuraku steps all the way into the room, and now basically looms over Lady Ritia. And he reaches out. Oh, he takes her hand and leaves a kiss. I'm home, elder sister. Gokuraku, I'm so glad you're okay. Oh, goodness. Siblings. All right, then. Still not fully... Wait, hold on. That's a really interesting one, actually. Because on one hand, Lady Ritia is worshipping the Bakugami. But on the other hand, she's harboring its greatest enemy. What's going on here? Oh, you know what? I haven't checked the spaces on Twitter that I just started. Apologies, everyone there. I'm actually really focused on YouTube right now. And I really do intend to just keep this sort of with me talking for the time being, but in the future, it would be fun to talk with friends too about manga. So, you know, if you guys don't mind that is. But yes, for now I am currently live on YouTube. And it's currently very late, so probably not best to start anything too long, conversation-wise. But so far, this is a neat setup chapter. The complications of the situation are building. Not too much to say. There wasn't a lot of complicated attacks or anything. The situation isn't really all that different from what has been presented in the previous chapter. But still, it's an interesting spot to see Gokuraku's place in this country develop. Okay, let me refresh my throat real quick, and then let's switch gears over to Kagurabachi. Here we go. And there. I believe I last left off with Kagurabachi. Well, technically I was on chapter 52. But I took a break and decided to read a little bit further. However, not that much further. Let's see. I basically read chapter 53 and chapter 54. There's actually a lot going on with Kagurabachi at this stage, and it's kind of difficult to simply recap Kagurabachi because, well, this is some heavy stuff, actually. Let's see. And shucks, it introduced a whole bunch of new characters this arc, and I still don't have everyone's names memorized for it yet. But a lot of new characters, and some interesting themes regarding sinfulness and what it means to kill. I'm very interested in this fight. I wonder, should I just reread the fight? Because I think there's some cool moments to talk about it. Basically, last time, in chapter 52, Chihiro finds himself in a pretty tough spot. He's basically cornered in a theater full of people and has to somehow fight off his opponent. I'll remember his name as I read. But what's neat about chapter 53 is how it expands upon Chihiro's relationship with the blind swordsman. Let's see. Yes, the blind swordsman teaches Chihiro not to idolize him because of the bloody path that he has walked. And it's really interesting setup for Chihiro's decision and statement later in the chapter that I really like. Chihiro really solidifies himself as a dark hero in this fight. He's willing to kill, but obviously he's not going to just kill civilians. But he will kill anyone who gets in his way, so to speak. Who is not innocent, I should say. Let's see. Yeah, I almost feel like making a video on the topic just because of how it is refreshing. The type of hero that Chihiro is. I mean, Jump is not new to this type of edgy protagonist, but Chihiro also has a lot of heart underneath him that makes him a compelling character. Like, he's very, chuny, edgy, but, like, with the heart of, gold? I don't know if that's actually appropriate. But anyways, Chihiro, corners his opponent after taking all of these origami birds of his into himself. Basically, his opponent throws everything he has at him. Chihiro takes the brunt of it and then unleashes himself upon his opponent. And what's really cool, the striking shot that I really like, his opponent is now armless, literally disarmed. It's so edgy and cool. Chihiro declares himself basically he declares that he himself will also be going to hell, but he will be taking his opponents with him. It's so raw. It is so raw. But I like the thematic undertones and how it's built up. As for my own personal feelings, I don't think putting in the good fight itself, fighting against bad people, even if you do bad things, I don't think there's no redemption. However, killing people does things to you, even if you are arguably doing it for the right reasons. And I say arguably because, well, everyone has their own opinion on it, whether or not you can just kill someone. Most people say obviously no, but other people are like, well, it depends on the situation, the culture, the society. Of course, I'm going to generally say no, it's not good, but it's interesting reading Kagurabachi's world and how his actions may or may not be justified, and whether or not redemption is in store for him or not. But yes, this arc introduced very heavy themes regarding, I believe, specifically Buddhism, and of course, damnation. And Chihiro is willing to walk that path. Let's see. So where I left off, Chihiro stands before his opponent, who is rather childlike, looking for friends, looking for... Yeah, he is childlike, weirdly naive, but also a killer. And Chihiro seems to... Gosh, my recap cannot possibly do it justice. I think it's really interestingly written, and I must praise the author, Hokazono Sensei. I wasn't sure he had the chops for interesting narratives, to be honest, because he is so action-oriented. And I mean that in a good way, to be perfectly clear. Like, I perfectly enjoy watching Chihiro just running around, being Batman, basically, being vengeance. I totally enjoy that. There's like a cool new panel of Chihiro every chapter. I love it. But lately, Hokazono has also been doing a really good job at creating some interesting themes and powerful character moments. Specifically with Chihiro, I'm waiting for him to also do it with other side characters, to be honest. We do have a developing side cast at this stage, but I do hear that more is coming, of course, as you would hope. Anyway, let's continue. Finally, we are cutting away. The blind swordsman is now encountering an attack. Let's see, and, right. In the middle of this war, they are hunting the enemy needs to kill the swordsman in order to gain ownership of their blades. So long as the swordsmen live, the blades cannot be used to their fullest potential. Or at all. Let's see. Anyways. Let's read chapter 54. Or chapter 55, and then call it a night. Let's see. We're in the hospital ward, treating one of Chihiro's friends, who is basically he's shaping up to sort of be the deuteragonist. But it's hard to say, to be honest. He doesn't quite have enough going for him, in my opinion. He has a lot to earn. Anyways, he's being healed right now, and one of his attendants... I'm sure you can sense this yourself. Spirit energy exhaustion is different from physical injuries. 30 minutes is just the minimum of recovery time you'll need to use your sorcery again without risk. It's only been about 10. Risk? It could damage your brain so that you could never use sorcery again. Worst case, you could die. All right, so that is a new thing. That is a new thing we are learning. 54 chapters in. To be fair, he is a noob at using sorcery. He only recently basically unlocked fighting capabilities with it. Oh, is there cell phones? There are. Flip phones are in this universe. Chihiro is calling. Apparently, all of the enemy's forces are focused on Senkutsuji Temple. If that's true, we need to evacuate you quickly. Fujira, get these two to the emergency exit. Right. Okay, so that's the temple where his friend is recuperating. What about Mr. Samura? Oh, that's right. Samura is the name of the blind swordsman. He is so cool. We'll join him in battle, whether he likes it or not. If he's fighting, the best thing to do is nothing. Oh, okay. That was then the flashback. Yeah, Mr. Samura is so intensely cool. My goodness. But if we join him... Never mind that. The situation's changed. Leave it to them. The Makizumi. The Makizumi are a special force dedicated to Mr. Samura. Oh no, a new group of jobbers. Oh no. Commander, wake up. Out of bed. A new character? Just a little more rest. I need my rest. I'm a growing boy. Oh no, I don't like him already. What a whiner. Physically, anyway. Get up. Your master's in danger. Do you want him to die? Lamine cigarette. These are candy cigarettes. Oh no. How young is he? Oh my gosh, he's so boyish. Okay, maybe that's why he's so whiny. I'm gonna need to get fired up here. Nom 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 nom. His design is kind of cool, I suppose. Okay, so Mr. Samura is being ambushed. A whole bunch of vines? It looks like a tree has sort of just grown out of the ground and a bunch of goons are on it. You're swarming like maggots. Get down here so I can exterminate you. We're not idiots. It takes special tactics to battle a legendary warrior. Oh, this is a very big guy. Let's see. Alright. So Mr. Samura is indeed surrounded. Explosions and smoke. Mr. Samura's blind. You don't need the smoke. Unless you do. Even when we distract his senses, he still picks up on hostile energy. Well then. Okay, yeah, there's a main goon talking. Okay, the tree root itself is attacking Mr. Samura, but obviously it's not too much of a problem. The pine. He can't react to something with no will. We'll use its undulations. Okay, so attacking Mr. Samura with inanimate objects, I see. Well, being blind will, that is a disadvantage. I believe his name is Ikako. No, it's not Ikako. Iruka? That's hard. He's one of the 7 swordsmen. Who is apparently showing up as backup? Those sonic booms they're using against Mr. Samura. All this noise must be dulling Mr. Samura's echolocation abilities. He can detect the enemy through a synthesis of acute attunement to sound and smell, and to hostile energy. If we join the battle, we'll make it worse. Our familiar smells will mix with the gunpowder smoke and confuse him. If we fight, we'll make sounds and give off hostile energy. We'll get mixed up with the enemy. Worst case, Mr. Samura could... Shut it. You'll get yourselves killed. Is that Mr. Samura's son? They're both wearing the same glasses. But they have special techniques. Only them. Stealth. They use the ninja arts. They've neutralized their scent, and during battle, they nullify all sound and hostile energy. Oh. Oh. They don't exist on Mr. Samura's battlefield. That's cool that Mr. Samura has an entire squad dedicated to him. Hey, Coyote. Nice to see you. Just reading some Kagurabachi. This is kind of awkward since I am reading and watching it. But I can't obviously share it on YouTube for legal reasons. But yeah, I'm catching up on Kagurabachi. We're reading chapter 54. It's really cool. Mr. Samura apparently has a whole squad of people dedicated to supporting him in combat. If you're not reading Kagurabachi, I do recommend it. Let's see. Anyways, where were we? That's a really cool... Okay, page 9, chapter 54. That's really cool. It's I don't know how else to describe it, but just the use of black and white. Very nice. This is basically Mr. Samura's quote-unquote vision. So his ninja squad can basically erase their presence as they support him in battle. The enemy is being diminished. This is... Hey, it's you guys. Bingo. Well, if you're gonna do this, just don't get yourselves killed. They're the only ones who can fight alongside Mr. Samura. The Kamnami Ninja Force, elite Samura bodyguards. You haven't read a manga since MHA ended? Dude, I feel you so much. I do. This is literally my return stream. It's been really hard to feel like digging into another manga since MHA ended. And I'm still not over it. I still want to dig into MHA more. I'm thinking of having dedicated streams to My Hero Academia. Or at least My Hero Academia reread. But I'll make special announcements for that on Twitter. I do want to set up my Twitch account as well for when I do that. I keep saying it, it'll eventually happen. Anyway, the ninja army assembles. Again, my issue with Hokazono Sensei's designs is that these characters look like they're ready to job at any moment. They don't seem particularly highly detailed, with the exception of one guy who seems to look like Mr. Samura. But it's still very cool. Okay, the Chihiro's friend is escaping, along with the what's his name? I forget. The swordsman of the Enchanted Blade. And explosions. Great. Can we withstand all the enemy forces? We're dwindling. At this rate. There's only one way, but we're too overwhelmed. If we just had even one more fighter. The back exit's blocked too. How wonderful, like lambs to the slaughter. I have to fight too. Okay. Let's see. How are they gonna coordinate this? Because with outside fighters, they'll get in the way of Mr. Samura's echolocation. Which is crazy, but blind people with echolocation, let's go. If we join the battle, we'll make it worse. We'll get mixed up with the enemy. Worst case, Mr. Samura could... What's he doing? He'll get himself killed. Is this a flashback? No. The EI White Purity style. What is Hokazono Sensei doing here? How many times do you think I've watched your technique? Ah, okay. He's being supported by the... Okay, figures. Uruha, that's his name. Thank you. Thank you. Uruha, son of a... Mr. Samurai was not expecting that. He anticipated Mr. Samura's swordplay. He joined the fight knowing he'd be mistaken for the enemy. That was close. Some redrawn panels, but Uraha loses his hair, but he anticipates the sword slash and backs him up. Cool. Very cool. That's such an interesting dynamic, having to fight with a blind person who is armed, avoiding the blind teammates' attacks, and also fighting alongside them. That's a really wild setup. I like it, though. Don't worry, just do your thing. I'll adapt to you. You cocky little... It's going to work. It's an interesting setup, though not typical of shonen. Usually there's more mechanically interesting things going on. But that's fine. I like it. Okay, back to Chihiro's friends group. Well, they're still on the same battlefield. Ah, someone's drawing a mandala? It's a transport mandala. I'll take you to the front of Senkutsuji. It's not far, but with the fighting concentrated here, it should be enough for you to escape. We've got to get you and the two sword bearers out of here. What about you guys? We've got to keep their attention focused on the inside of the temple. We'll stay here and fight. You mean... If it's true that the Hishaku have invested all of their dispensable forces here, then that's good for us. If we can protect the sword bearers while exhausting their Datenseki weapons, that'll make a big difference. It'll buy us time for you to recover. Even if we sacrifice ourselves, that's our job. Wait. I'm the only one. I'm the only one who hasn't risked his life yet. Oh, there we go. That's really cool. I kind of want to read another chapter. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:15? Ah, shucks. I do want to read another chapter, but... I still have to get ready for tomorrow. Oh well. I really do like this setup. The plot is moving apace. The action is, well... It's not like we got a lot of action shots in particular, like no stunning choreography or moves, but I really do like the team-up of Uraha and Samura. They're both pretty cool characters, though Mr. Samura is just that much cooler. I have a bias towards blind people, what can I say? Let's see. Yeah, the setup as well, not particularly... I mean, like I said, I like the idea of Mr. Samura having a ninja force, but it does unfortunately feel like a lot of jobbing, which is kind of a unique feeling. I feel like, I mean, jobbing isn't new to shonen at all. It's about as old as the genre. But Hokazono Sensei has a lot of jobbers. There's a lot of jobber characters. There's a lot of characters fighting and dying on screen at any given time. I guess to be fair, though, that is inspired from the movies that he takes inspiration of. Jobbing is a really old trope. So, for what it is, it's fine. And again, I'm pretty invested in Mr. Samura and his journey. I'm trying to remember very, very hard the name of Chihiro's friend. He's come a long way, and I do like him a good amount. And his power is really cool. I like the eye mask that spawns here at the end. And of course the line is great. I'm the only one who hasn't risked his life yet. Pop off. And just this chapter too, they established that overusing your ability when you're spiritually exhausted could render you, spiritually disabled. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to reading next chapter. I'm not sure what frequency I'll be doing it. I might be back tomorrow. I might not. But I definitely wanted to get the train started back on this tonight. I want to stay productive. So yeah, you will definitely hear more about manga from me. And I think that'll do it. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. This was fairly scuffed. I'm not entirely sure how this will work out in the long run, but it'll still be fun. It'll still be fun to read together. I. Gosh. Well, I'll listen back to this and I'll try my best to learn what I can do better. But for now, I need to sleep. Have a good night, Coyote, and everyone else. Thanks again, and I will see you